Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and welcome to This Week in WoW for the week of March 23rd. As always, we'll get started with the Mythic Plus affixes for the week. This week we have Tyrannical, Inspiring, Necrotic, and Prideful. Once again, that's Tyrannical, Inspiring, Necrotic, and Prideful. A little bit of a rough week probably. Last week was a little bit rough as well. So we had 2 or 3 weeks of really easy keys. So now we're kind of getting the other side of that where we're getting a little bit more difficult of keys. Before we get into exactly what's going on in game, which is not a lot, I actually, if you don't know already, I record these the night before, and we actually had some pretty big changes to Mythic Castle Nathria for Sludgefist and Stone Legion Generals. You probably should just go check these out because I'm not going to read through all of it, but basically nerfed some of the damage done on Stone Legion Generals, made some of the casts last longer, made some of the healing reduction less, just everything easier on Stone Legion essentially. And then for Sludgefist, the biggest thing is the chain link extends farther, and you have longer time to get to the fractured debris after the pillars break from charging. But this is, some mythic changes. So if you're a mythic rating guild, you want to check those out if you haven't progressed through those, or even if you still do but still have trouble or for whatever reason. Let's go ahead and get into what's going on in the game this week. Like I said, it's not a lot. We still have a couple days left on Trial of Style. I actually just did mine and got my first place. And just to confirm that there are no new rewards still, I kind of expected that just because of them working from home and struggling to put out content as it is. I doubt they have many resources put into the Trial of Style. This week, all we really have is the dungeon event, which isn't hyper useful anymore. It's really good for alts or if you're a very casual player. It's a way to get a piece of heroic loot if you do not heroic raid, and it's just a good way to get a piece of loot on your alts. If you don't raid on your alts, like I tend to not do, so it can be good for your alts as well. That's about it for what's going on in the game this week. I do want to mention as well on my own channel, I am going to start doing after each weekend esport event, so MDI and AWC, kind of like a little bit of a recap, kind of like a little bit of a show themed, like a segment show about it with a few topics and just talk about it a little bit. Just because I'm really enjoying the esport, I'm watching it anyways. I was planning on doing a video on it, but that's just what I'm going to start doing. I think I'm going to call it Monday Morning Gamer instead of Monday Morning Quarterback. So it should be hopefully be good as it comes along. And yeah, so other than that, I've just been still leveling. I got my Holy Paladin to 60, so now I have a Holy Paladin to go with my Rep Paladin because I want to play Venthyr, my Holy Paladin. So I put a ton of time into that this week. Looking forward to at least somewhat gearing them up this week. And, the gearing process can be a bit laborious, especially in Shadowlands, but I am looking forward to playing it a little bit. I still have not even... I got my Demon Hunter tank all ready to go, and then I just switched over to my Paladin, so I didn't really play on them. So I'll probably be switching between those two. That's what I've been doing mostly. Guild is progressing nicely. We did get Mythic Council down. We got good progress on Mythic Sludgefist, but did not quite get them down with these nerfs since we are actually wiping on the fractured debris. That could just about do it for us and probably get Sludgefist down. And then they did the big nerfs to Stone Legions as well, which should be very helpful. So that's about it for this week. Not a lot to talk about, unfortunately. Not a ton, but it is what it is. A little bit of a slow time. As always, I ask you to please subscribe to the channel because it helps me out so much. And other than that, everybody, have a good one.